What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Wladimir Klitschko. Wladimir Klitschko, according to sources by Alexander Grusuk, his management team, a part of his management team, has stated that Klitschko will not come back to fight Dillian Whyte, despite what we hear and despite the chatter about him coming back to the sport of boxing to sign a fight with DAZN to fight Dillian Whyte is false. He called it fake news. Of course, Dillian Whyte said other words that he was considering coming back to take the fight. But according to Alexander, his manager, he stated that it wouldn't make any sense to come back to fight Dillian Whyte because, first of all, Dillian Whyte has been a sparring partner for a very long time, so it really wouldn't make sense for him to fight a guy like that knows him so well, okay, according to Alexander. Also, the only two fights that he would come out of retirement for are Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua. Since Tyson Fury's done so well after Tyson Fury's come back into the sport of boxing after getting his draw decision against Deontay Wilder, he said that would be a name on the radar since he was actually going to rematch Tyson Fury. But, of course, we know Tyson Fury fell into a slumber and mental depression and all types of other fuckery, right? So he didn't get that chance to fight Tyson Fury. And then when he fought Anthony Joshua, that was an instant classic, and he decided on his own accord to go out, on his shield and just retire, But like Klitschko, I see Klitschko as one of like the comeback kid. He's like the Keanu Reeves of boxing. He'll take time off, then he'll come back, with something big. And you should expect nothing less from Wladimir Klitschko, because if you think about it, he lost to Tyson Fury. He didn't get the rematch. Then he goes in there with unbeaten Anthony Joshua, has one hell of a fight, then decides to retire again. What do you think he's going to do? Come back for Dillian Whyte? It wouldn't really make sense. It would only make sense for him to come back for the big three. Okay, I would add Deontay Wilder in there. Depends on what happens in the Fury Wilder rematch. You know what I mean? And I see him taking on one of those guys versus, and definitely Joshua, because if Joshua remains the unified champion, I could definitely see him coming. I think that Wladimir gives any of these guys problems because he reigned for so long. He knows those guys. He definitely knows Dillian Whyte in the ring. That's why I don't think he wants to fight with him. And if I would have to imagine, I don't think that he would be head over heels ready to fight Deontay Wilder either because, he fought Deontay Wilder when Deontay Wilder sparred with him. He dropped him a couple times. We heard the stories. So I don't see him wanting to jump for that either. I think the fights that he wants are the fights that he wants to avenge. You know what I mean? And it makes just total sense. Go after Tyson Fury, then go after Joshua. Go after both of those guys. I think that would be the best thing for Wladimir. And if the rest did suit him good, he should be ready, energized, and revitalized. And I would love to see a fight between him and Joshua again, especially Joshua, because it was an instant classic. 11 rounds of hardcore kick-ass kickery. You know what I mean? So it was definitely a classic. It was one of the best fights of 2017. It actually put a spotlight back in the heavyweight division. Okay, that particular fight, and they were like, "Whoa, these guys are fighting here. This is a real fight." So it really brought the heavyweight division back to life. That particular fight, it had a great hand that dealt with that. Okay, that illumination of the division. So if I'm Wladimir, those are good. Start at the top. You're the king. You know what I mean? You're the king. You should go for your crowns again. Don't start at Dillian Whyte. And no disrespect to Dillian Whyte, but it makes sense. I think back at Roy Jones Jr. when he had his own sparring partner. Lou Del Valle was a Puerto Rican fighter in the light heavyweight division at the time. Okay. He didn't know that Lou Del Valle wanted to fight him. And he thought that was foul and salty. And then it comes to find out Lou Del Valle did give him a little trouble. I mean, that was the great Roy. But he did get his first official knockdown because of that fight. Okay. And that just shows you an example of how sparring partners are not necessarily the best people or the go-to people, the best ideal people you want to fight. So I do understand Wladimir for that reason. But I wish he would come back because I know he's sitting back looking at these guys and thinking, hey, I can beat these guys. So why not? You know what I mean? So I just wanted to throw you guys that as an article from Boxing Scene. I'll leave the link in the description, let you guys read up on it like I did. Of course, tell me what you think about Wladimir possibly returning for the top 3. Please subscribe, and you guys been counterpunched. Peace.